Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and in this video I've got 3 replays for you in the British premium tank, the Firefly VC. So it's a British Sherman variant at tier 6, and it is a medium tank. And yeah, I've just got 3 replays for you basically, and just to go through. And first one, we are on Calnus, and I'll just list up the equipment and the perks that I run on this tank. So I've got optics, gun rammer and traction system for this tank. On the perks I run the usual, so we've got Born Leader, Rapid Reload, Sixth Sense, Steady Aim, Situational Awareness, Muffled Shot, Silent Driving, Camouflage Expertise and Snapshot. So initially I went for the traction system on the equipment because I felt like the aim time, the accuracy wasn't too bad in this tank, and it was pretty good. But I felt the mobility was kind of like just slow or lacking, so I just opted to go for traction system instead, just to try and improve the mobility a little bit. Because the thing with sort of low tier gameplay is it's quite fast paced, and so when you're sort of running a tank that's a bit sluggish, or you're sort of not great at sort of getting to its speed or whatever, you can kind of find, well, I find that the games sort of slip away from you quite quickly, which I find quite annoying because, I don't mind fast gameplay, but I want to sort of get to, I want to be able to sort of do damage and, put the effort in basically, otherwise it just becomes like a pointless game. So yeah, that's sort of my reasoning for going through the traction system. Now we've not got off to the best of starts here. Our health is now down to sort of just over 200 hit points after getting YOLO'd by some medium tank that's just come through the middle. But it's low tier, it does happen. Trying to get shots, I'm just not leading these shots very well at all. And trying to hit this light kind of failed miserably. So yeah, the shell velocity isn't, I mean, it's okay, it's not too bad on the standard rounds, but it's why I've sort of just opted for the premium rounds, because I like that shell velocity. And that's genuinely why I do sort of run premium rounds. So I'm sticking to the, I do try and stick to the AP rounds as much as possible. I know sort of most of the tanks I do sort of run a full premium setup, but sort of lower tiers here, I have sort of split the mix here just to, I don't know, just so I'm sort of not losing silver, I guess, or I've just gone for a mix somehow. So yeah, we're just sort of buying our time. We've sort of stayed in the middle here for most of the game, to be fair, and I think I'm sort of initially, I was just sort of keeping an eye on this, on the 0 line and sort of on the A line, just in case there was any tanks that were going to sort of make a play. You can see there's a friendly medium up on the top there, and I was just sort of trying to see, I didn't want him to sort of just get completely overrun. So I was just sort of waiting to see if any tanks were going to make their move, and see this tank is hiding behind this building. I'm just waiting to see if he'll just pop out, and he does. He just gives us his back end there, so we get a shot into him, get another shot into this tier 5 medium tank that's now making his way. And this is what I was expecting. I was expecting some tanks to start making a push. I'm going to try and see if I can perhaps sneak a shot into this medium. Unfortunately I let that shot just a little bit too far, but we do sneak the second shot in, picking up our 3rd kill of the game. Now I'm trying to see if I can possibly get a shot through these windows, just waiting to see if the Churchill will pull forwards. Doesn't seem to be. The numbers are now looking a bit more in favour to the red team, and yeah, it's a bit of a sort of precarious situation, because sort of tank destroyer that's just going to stay in C1 there, he's not going to move, and to be fair, it's probably not a bad position considering the numbers that we're at. I don't know how much health the heavy and the medium tank are on. I know for one thing, I'm pretty much a 2-shot to most tanks now on the board, so I need to be careful, and I'm kind of backed off a little bit here. If I had more health, I probably would have stayed where I was and just kept the vision. But here I'm just going to sort of just poke just behind this cover. I'm going to pop the food and I'm just going to sort of sit and wait basically. I can't really afford to make any drastic moves or plays to, you know, try and force a game into our hand. I kind of have to play defensively here. The tank destroyers lit up this Bogatyr that's just sort of ventured out. Unfortunately though, we took a shot off of that tank destroyer that just appeared out of nowhere, and this is the problem. We've just got tanks have just appeared out of nowhere, and yeah, we getting targeted by artillery, so kind of had to pull out there. And yeah, I'm a one-shot now, so you know, this really is sort of a tricky situation. Artillery just missed us. We got quite lucky there. I want to try and get some more shots on this Bogatyr, and we do manage to take him out. However, we see the Churchill there. Yeah, that was. I'm not really sure what I'm trying to do here. It was sort of a bit of a sticky situation. I was getting targeted by artillery. I was trying to shoot the Churchill. Could have got killed there by the Churchill if he'd aimed a little bit better. Churchill's now making his way down the A line there. The heavy and medium have now come back to support us, which is good, but we are sort of playing a lot more defensively now. Artillery is very keen to try and take us out. Yeah, and it's a very precarious situation here. I think I'm just come round. I want to try and sort of just, yeah. This was a bit of a misplay on my part. I'm not entirely sure what I was doing here. Probably should have stayed where I was. I think I was sort of wary that there was going to be stuff coming around the back on the 1-2 line. And yeah, unfortunately I got took out by a full health T-34-88 there, and you see the tank destroyers closing in. RTD's, you know, got good health here, so should be able to take these guys out. I'm not sure what our Absolution's doing, but luckily our tank destroyer takes out that full health T-34-88, which is quite a strong tank at tier 6, so done a good job there. And yeah, it's, like I say, a bit of a misplay on my part. If I hadn't had that medium tank YOLO me, I could possibly have made some more plays there. But yeah, ultimately I sort of kind of threw my tank away a little bit at the end there. Probably should have played a lot more conservative rather than trying to sort of go and peek and have a look in places where I probably shouldn't have had a look. You know, curiosity got the better of me, I guess, is probably the best way you could put it. But anyway, what we'll do is we'll move on to the results screen and we'll see how we go on. Okay, so there we go. Got the victory in the end, and we pick up 5 kills, just under 2.2k damage with 347 assisted. Picking up the first class there, and yeah, wasn't a bad game. Like I say, probably could have played it a little bit better. Might come out with a bit more, but there we go. It's just luck of the draw, isn't it? But we move on to the second replay now, and we're on Vineyards. And again, I think we're top tier in this matchup. And yeah, we're going to sort of make our way to the left-hand side here and just basically sort of get an idea of where the enemy team are going to be going. There's no light tanks in this game, so you know, we might be fortunate enough to be able to get some spots. And equally, we might be able to push this side depending on how the enemy team lines up. So see, one of our medium tanks is going into the middle. We've also got a medium tank on the enemy team. I think a Rampanzer sort of pushing right over into the middle there. So we're going to try and see if we can potentially get some shots into him. I'm sort of having a look there. At the same time, trying to get to my spot as quickly as possible, just so I don't take any fire. Yeah, any crossfire from across the way in case I get lit. I wasn't expecting to get lit, but you never know. We do get here, we light up I think it's a T-34 that's crossing there. Again, another tank that's just sort of YOLOing out in the middle. Wouldn't advise it, not on vineyards, especially this early, because you know there's still going to be tanks sat in the base, and chances are you're going to get absolutely wrecked. It's something I would do in a light tank, but again I wouldn't be as aggressive as I would sort of try and stay undetected, but equally lighting up that middle there. But now we're going to sort of pay our attention to this flank, because again this side and the other side are, you know, they're the key areas for where the activity is going to be. Basically, you know, vineyards, not really much happens in the middle apart from, like say, light tanks spotting or YOLOing around trying to light sort of the other flanks up. But most of the play comes on either the town side or this open side. You know, these flanks is where the action happens basically. TDs will camp up in the middle because obviously, you know, it's a good spot for them to sort of get shots either side, and also shots into light tanks YOLO in the middle. We're sort of pushing quite aggressive now over here. I want to sort of light up this artillery, try and get rid of this artillery if possible. We do take a shot from tank destroyer on the right hand side here. We probably should have just YOLO'd straight over, to be fair. I think we've sort of sat for way too long. Luckily that T-34-88 gets taken out, but again, you know, this time we're down. We're down to just over 200 hit points, and that was our own fault that time. We really should have just pushed in, got down, got safe, and then managed, you know, sort of try and deal with the grill. I think that was the reason I didn't want to sort of push in, because I didn't want to get stuck with the grill, point blank range, you know, absolutely harvesting my health. So maybe I could have just sort of played a bit more passive. That might have been the better play, I don't know. But either way, we've made the push now, and we're gonna try and, yeah, we're just gonna try and sort of push the aggression here and get rid of these tanks. And we see that Skoda just YOLOing in, completely focused on one of our teammates, and we shut him down. And you can see how quickly this game is, you know, sort of coming to an end now. There's only 5 tanks left. We've still got 11 tanks remaining on our team. We've kind of cleared the side out, and we know where they're going to be. They're either going to be sort of sitting at the back of the base here, or probably more likely is they're going to be sat where that medium tank is, right in the corner in K9, K0, playing that sort of sniper role. Then yeah, they're just stuck now. We've completely got all map control here. Get a snapshot on the move there. Then we put another shot into that tank destroyer. Now this heavy tanker's lit up, and we're just gonna, again, look, they're just getting absolutely farmed. And we pick up our second kill of the game there, and yeah, there's just 3 tanks remaining. It's just all about picking up as much damage as possible now. I'm sort of pushing ahead as quickly as possible because I want to try and see if I can light the tanks up that are left. Get another nice snapshot there. However, we do get a shot in from an enemy tank, but it doesn't matter, they quickly get taken out. We pick up a little bit of assist there, and there's just 1 tank remaining, and he gets taken out. And that brings an end to the replay. So yeah, we managed to stay alive for this one, and we sort of seen out the win there. Come top of the board again with 2 kills this time, and just over 2.3k damage. And yeah, just sort of ending up being quite a nice game there. And you can see we got 12 or just over 1200 assisted, picked up Scoochie medal and the first class medal. And yeah, and we're moving into the 3rd replay now, and we're on Prokhorovka here. And again, I think we are top tier potentially. I'm not sure. I think we are, but yeah, we sort of, there's no light tanks, so again, I'm gonna sort of, to be fair, whatever medium tank I'm playing, I usually go up to the middle here, because, you know, sort of get my view range out and try and sort of spot tanks that are either coming up the 1 line or coming up to the middle ridge. Yeah, just trying to sort of see what I can spot up early if possible. But there is a VK and another medium tank that is sort of much quicker. Again, you can see, this is what I say about the mobility, it's not the quickest of medium tanks, so You know, unfortunately we don't get up to sort of spot any tanks. And the other thing with this tank I find annoying as well is it's only got 6 degrees of gun depression, which is quite hard to work with. And compared to, you know, your Easy 8s, Thunderbolt, Fury, all those sort of tanks, yeah, they've got, you know, 10 degrees of gun depression, which is great to work with. So that's one thing I really don't like about this tank, is the lack of gun depression, and I do find it quite frustrating. So yeah, it can be quite annoying. It can be quite, you know, quite a limitation as well, especially in prop when you've got these ridge lines, which, you know, great for sort of tanks with gun depression. But anyway, back to the game, and we're getting some spots, which is really weird. I'm surprised because we actually moved over away from the one line, and yet we're still getting spots. I'm not entirely sure how that happened, but we're now just sort of looking over to the left-hand side on the hill, and we're just going to try and see what we can spot up, and also what we can get shots on as well. Unfortunately, we didn't lead that shot well enough there. Should have led that a little bit better, and that medium tank then gets out, and yeah, gets out of our scope and down into the ridge there. But now we see British Bulldog on our right hand side that looks AFK, so I'm going to try and get some shots in if I can. I've loaded the premium just so I can sort of penetrate this guy, which we've been able to do. We've also tracked him in place, which is good. Just try and see if we can pick up a kill shot, but unfortunately he gets taken out before we can get that shot in. Now we're getting shot into that T-34. I'm going to try and track him in place here, which we do. And yeah, we're just, you know, this rapid reload's quite nice. We weren't able to sort of permanently track him in place, which was a shame, but yeah, we did manage to get quite a few shots in there. And there's only 4 tanks remaining now, so I'm gonna sort of just try and push the aggression, basically. Just want to get as much damage out as possible. This is KB84 now again. Didn't lead that shot well enough, which is annoying. But we're trying to track him in place. He has been tracked in place. You can see if we can get the kill shot in, but unfortunately we don't. Now we see this Nashorn that's at the back here. Nice squishy soft target. We do pin him in place with that shot. And there's only 1 tank remaining now, and it looks like he's going to be on the hill, so going to make my way over and try and see if we can finish him off and get some damage in. And there we go, we can spot him on the hill there. It's just this VK, and yeah, we're just going to sort of get some shots in. We'll try and see if we can track him in place. Looks like he's sort of suiciding here, but he actually just gets into this ridge, which is good for me because it means I can sort of keep farming him there. If he suld have stayed on top of the hill, he probably would have been dead by now. But there we go, we get the final shot in, and we get 3rd kill of the game, and we get the victory as well. So there we go, we come top of the board, we've got 3 kills, just under 2.4k damage, picking up just over 1300 assists, picking up the ace tanker and the high caliber medal. So yeah, nice game as a whole. I'm not really keen on this tank, if I'm honest. Just find the mobility quite lackluster, but yeah, I definitely prefer the Easy 8s. So, but anyway guys, that's it for the video. I'll catch you next time.